Welcome to the Tea Tie Pod, where we normally take off our ties, offer some tea to our guests, let them relax a bit, and give us information about what makes them tick in Angola, Africa, and beyond. Now, today we are at the African Union Summit in Luanda, Angola, where we're talking about financing infrastructure development. And we're here with our partners, Copy a Group of Companies. As usual, I'm your host, Kamal, and I'm here with my co-host. And we're here with our other co-host.
Adilson.
And today we are speaking with the Principal Secretary from Kenya on ICT, Engineer John. Welcome.
Thank you, Kamal.
Nice to meet you, sir. So, as we said, we're talking about financing infrastructure development. Now, from the ICT world, what does that mean to you?
Africa is in dire need of development of a number of infrastructure, from roads, railway, dams, and also digital infrastructure. So this summit is very relevant to us because we are having a very important conversation. How do we accelerate the development of infrastructure in the continent? As the Principal Secretary in charge of ICT and digital economy in Kenya, I am very keen to see how can we enhance connectivity in respect to submarine cables to the rest of the world,
Exactly.
Connectivity within the country at the backbone, what we call metro around the cities, backbone to last miles to our users at their homes and businesses.
Exactly.
We are also keen to see how do we connect to our neighbors, neighbors in the Kenya's neighbors, the rest of the East African community. We are also keen to see how do we connect the African continent, the East Coast, the West Coast, from East Africa to South Africa. We are also concerned how do we fund the required hosting of data in our regions, in the African continent, data centers, AI capable or enable data centers. So that is how relevant and important this summit is to me and to the African continent also.
Okay, that's interesting, sir, because you spoke about, we spoke about roads, we talk about bridges and everything, but one thing that a lot of times people forget is communication. And that is one key thing. I think yesterday we were speaking to Huawei. We were literally next door. And we're talking about the importance of communication. As I know the Copy a Group, they had a project that they were doing, and they went to a new location. There was no connectivity, there was nothing. Please, Adilson, I don't know if you want to just talk about it.
Yeah, of course, Kamal. Welcome, Mr. John, to
Thanks,
our
Adilson.
little podcast. It's just a normal conversation.
Exactly.
Okay? It's also a way that we, Copy a Group of Companies, we could understand the necessity of our possible partners. I was talking earlier that Kenya is the most famous country in Africa. So, who doesn't know,
Very
please
impressive.
know now.
Data.
I won't say anything.
No,
It's a real research done by an Australian entity.
no, Nairobi, I never been there.
Okay.
But I will come. But everybody knows Nairobi, everybody knows Kenya, everybody knows Kenyan runners. Now, coming to the main theme, yes, yesterday we spoke with Huawei, which are our partners. When we go to a new location, no communication, no connectivity, we use their equipment so we can connect between our engineers to develop the project. Depends which project we are talking about. This particular project is the Kakulo hydropower, which is a 2,172 megawatts project. It's huge. It's the biggest in Angola.
Angola, yeah.
Before Kakulo, we used to work as well for Lauka hydropower, which is 2,100 something megawatts.
Okay.
Which also very big. It's already working function. So Mr. John already said that the connectivity in Africa and the area that he's now supervising, it's needed. If you look to the program of African Union from now to 2063, they have identified 14 projects,
Okay.
infrastructure projects. So out of those 14, telecommunication, ICT is one of the most important.
Definitely.
Okay, so Kenya is now leading the way. I don't know what other countries are doing. I know And Angola is also doing a lot for communications. We have now one satellite. The government is now preparing a second one. Our president yesterday just said that we'll send a second one. So ICT it's very important, and we as Copy, a group of companies, we are here to support. Obviously, we work in more engineering projects. Connectivity, communication. We have our partners like Huawei and other companies. We have a sister company called Studio 63. Please take note of that company because it's a great company. It's like a startup, but they are doing great projects in Angola. They are developing immersive 3D.
Okay.
So to develop projects like ICT's project, connectivity, as I was talking to Mr. John earlier, it's about digital economy. Okay, you know, you don't use any more money and so on. So they are in front of this kind of technology. Copia is more at the back door, so we work on the engineering part of it. Okay, obviously we need to prepare ourselves to go
in order
Mr.
to get
John.
to that.
So we need to study exactly what is going on. I was reading, I was making some combinations here, but I was not fast enough. It would be great to hear more from John about this, what you guys want. We will be happy to support you. Obviously, we are in African summit, so let's talk between Africans. Nothing against Europeans.
Nothing against,
Nothing against.
And I think that's one of the things that we've been speaking about. I know myself and Ed have spoken about a lot. It's all about collaboration. And we've said it before, connectivity, collaboration. For Africa to get to that next level, we have to come together and work together to push it forward. Otherwise, we're never going to grow.
Sure, as Adelson put it, ICT, you can look it in two ways. One is an enabler, because now it's an enabler of the entire economy in terms of connectivity, digitization, and now powering with AI and other emerging technologies. So it's good to hear even the companies you're working with, like Huawei, the technology companies. These are partners who also enable the sector to grow. So second part, besides being an enabler to many sectors, ICT is becoming a thematic sector on its own. That it's making its own contribution to economy. It's having its own mega projects on its own. Kenya established, we developed our master plan. We call it Kenya Digital Master Plan, 2022 to 20, a 10-year master plan. This 10-year master plan is estimated to cost us $5 billion to be able to implement. So you see that project is quite a massive project. Looking at the view of Copia as a project manager, that's the kind of scale of view that it helps. And in it, we have connectivity. And we have looked at a short term to say we want to build 100,000 kilometers of fiber in Kenya so that we can connect.
This is my project. I chose mine. Sorry.
So it's one of the projects we are currently implementing. Actually, we have now done close to 36,000 kilometers as of now, and it's part private sector and public sector. We also said we want to digitize government. We want to make it government digital. And we have achieved such an unbelievable level of digitization in Kenya.
I've heard.
2022, we had very few services that you could access online. We could access about 450 services online.
So 450 services online?
That was in 2022.
2022.
And it took us 10 years to reach that, from 2013 to 2022, end of 2022. Between 2022 and now, we have over 22,000 services, virtually everything. If you can say Kenya, like most African countries, it's mobile first. It means we have a population of close to 60 million, but the number of mobile phones that we have is 71 million. So the network, the mobile network coverage, we've extended. Broadband coverage, we've extended.
Extended it.
So the reach is actually almost the entire population. One of the challenges we had is smartphones.
Yeah.
To ensure that the smartphones in the hands of the citizens. But now we've encouraged manufacture of smartphones
Locally.
So
Okay.
we have at least 2 companies. Almost now over 4 million devices have been manufactured locally. But our demand is about 15 million. So there's still a lot of
There's
demand.
room for
Yes.
And
growth.
for the whole African continent, probably our demand is hundreds of millions. So the opportunity is there. So digitization is what I was referring to, is one of the areas that now we have made it possible. We have digitized on citizen services, whether it's applying for driving license, doing your returns, any other service you'd want to engage
Everything
in
is
government
online.
is 100% online.
Okay.
The other things is we want to make it also better experience when citizens, when visitors, tourists come to Kenya.
Okay.
We have now ETA. We have visa free for many African countries. Now,
Angola is not included yet?
It's included.
It's now included?
Yes.
Officially?
Yes.
So you can go to Kenya?
It's
You can
it's
go to
part
Kenya.
of the
And
agreement
the
now. It's-
tourism has doubled from Africa since that was done, and we are very happy that it helps to bridge communication and engagement.
Exactly.
So we have digitized that place. We are also digitizing now key sectors like health sector. We just completed a digitization in health sector, a huge project, also over $1 billion initiative, and it's currently under implementation. It's giving us now a level of data that didn't exist before. Now you know, like if you want data for yesterday, how many people went to seek for medical services.
You have all that data available.
Facilities, what services were given, what were the issues, the data that were not available before. This data
amazing.
now, with the power of AI, creates huge possibilities of planning, better planning on distribution of medicine, better planning on resources, medical service providers, and many other factors. So as responding to Adilson's comment on the ICT, that it's an enabler, but also it's a key thematic area, which is a huge infrastructure development on its own.
Okay. No, that's
amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. We are very happy to be here in this summit, which is organized actually by Angolan government. We have many government officials who are here. We have our Minister for Finance.
Okay,
in
he's
this
also here.
event.
Okay.
We have several private sector. This is a signature of our commitment to collaboration. We have an embassy here with our ambassador meeting. So we have deep engagement. On the ICT sector, we have actually an MOU signed between the Angolan government and the Kenyan government.
That's great to hear.
And it's one of the conversations we'll be having on how do we operationalize and accelerate the implementation. Because in the implementation is collaboration on many of these areas of ICT, whether it's connectivity, digitization, including satellite, including postal services, and these are the foundational that will make it easy for our countries to cooperate better. So we are looking at sharing experiences.
That's great.
So we'll be putting up a technical team between the Angola government and the Kenyan government to operationalize this MOU, and one is experience sharing. Officials from Angola government to visit Kenya, to work together, joint training, visit projects. We have projects that we think are very relevant for both countries to learn from each other. Kenya is one of the countries that have established a smart city, from scratch. A project estimated at $14.5 billion. 14.5 billion.
Wow.
I would recommend you look online at it.
How big is the city?
It is on 5,000 acres of land, and we have created a buffer zone, 10 kilometers round it, to make sure we cushion it from informal settlement, so that we have an organized urban development, a controlled urban setup.
Exactly.
It brings now 145,000 additional acres of land. So you are talking about 150,000 acres of land under control urban development.
Wow.
The 5,000 acres now, the phase one is infrastructure, horizontal infrastructure completed.
Okay.
About 3 weeks ago. We had the official launch of completion of those projects.
Okay.
We have some of the world's latest infrastructure. We have laid what we call a road network. We call it streetscape. This includes the whole infrastructure to ensure it is you inbuild sustainability.
Yes.
Walk lanes, bicycle lanes, green spaces, and then you put under it a corridor under the roads.
The roads, yeah, okay.
Yeah, which you can. It's almost motorized, almost 3 meters by 3 meters, which now carries the utilities.
Okay, so
that
everything's
you can
within-
go
okay.
underground.
Makes
So
sense.
there is no cables flying overhead.
Yeah.
We have solid waste, the first automated solid waste that you do not need a truck to carry trash. You just throw the trash in a specialized
yeah.
chute. It
And it goes
collects
down, yeah.
and it sucks through a vacuum system through the city. We
Wow.
have one of the latest solid wastewater reclamation facility.
Okay.
It can reclaim 90% of the wastewater.
90.
So 90%. So it's a model smart city. So it's a smart city with all ICT components.
How
In
many,
terms-
how many people are living there already?
It's still at the initial stages.
okay.
Now we are constructing housing. We are doing 10,000 housing now. 3,000 are currently under construction.
Okay.
7,000 is under design. We have investors building factories. We're expecting by end of next year to have 10,000 workers there.
Okay.
We have built one of the top research universities, $100 million research facility, which is finished
awesome.
and ready. We are hoping this year to admit students. And we'll be admitting students from the continent. It's costly, but when you see what does it mean to the African continent? What does it unlock? What's the potential? So the potential of this project is they can contribute significantly to the GDP of the country.
Yes.
You can find like Concert Technopolis was envisioned to contribute 2%. And it sets also the ambitious ambition of the continent. We must set the bar. We are one of the urbanizing continents first, and we must set the standards of how the urban living spaces should look like.
Exactly.
So Concert Technopolis has really set up such a standard on how an urban setup should be.
Yeah.
So that project is now taking shape, and it's one of the projects we can say we can share with Angola.
Yeah.
And we were privileged to meet with some of the ministers of Angola in some of the forums, because it is a smart city, it's a science and technology park, and it's also a special economic zone. So the science and technology park also is a very interesting space that we can collaborate. And that's another area we'll be having conversations with Angola. How do we work together? How do we build capacity? Because as a continent, if we do not build capabilities
Yeah.
in science, technology, and innovation, we'll remain consumers and buyers of technology. We must move and scale and build capabilities in research and science, technology, so that we can create things that can be used in the continent.
Thank you so much, Gus.
Hi.
I think here's where. I'm sorry.
Sorry. No, I just have a question. This project is very interesting for us. Yes, for Cope Group of Companies. I'd like to know, John, how many the development is being done by Kenyan companies, local companies, or it's a mix between Kenyan companies and international companies?
So many some of the projects are being done by global players. We have projects at different phases, like conceptualization. Sometimes this is likely done locally. Then you have master planning, like if it's a city, sometimes they like the pilot concept. We had American design consultants who did the master plan. Then we had Global Farm also who did the detailed design of the city. The implementation was done by both local and also global players. We've had European companies, we've had Chinese companies, we have had Italians, we have had Kenyan
So
companies.
it's a
whole
mix. It's a world it's a global
whole
project.
mix. And recently, also our president has set another huge agenda for the country and to look at what the country needs in terms of road network. We need additional 10,000 kilometers of roads.
Oh.
We need to build up our power generation from current maybe 2.8 megawatts. We want to make it 10,000 megawatts. That's a huge ambition.
1,000 megawatts, huge.
We want to build dams, dams, build the dams like what you are saying.
Yeah.
Currently we have a limited number of dams. We want to add probably another 50 dams of huge scale, maybe costing each one costing about 400 to 500 million dollars.
Okay.
So that's the scale of projects and the mission. And I look at the projects the African continent also is looking. It's an ambitious vision here in the continent, and the role of companies like Copia is very important.
Yes.
So that these projects can actually lead to the desired impact. Yeah, one of the challenges is sometimes it's not even funding. They
Yes.
say, is it?
That's what I keep saying. That's what I keep saying. All the time here. Thank you very much, John. Podcast closed. Let's go home. No, but this
That's the
is,
point.
we are focusing a lot on financing. Okay, as John just said it clearly, you see why. Sometimes the engineering part of the project, not sometimes, actually most of the times, companies like Copia, which is an engineering company, just to give some information here and keep saying, we are close to 200 engineers in our firm, 200 employees, 70% are engineers, okay? Most of us are Angolans. We have some from other African countries. We have from Brazil, we have from Europe, and we are working in structural projects like this project, the Smart City, is something really, because the disciplines that you allow to have in such a project are so wide.
That is true.
A company like ours is there to learn, basically, okay? To learn with the government of Kenya, to learn with other companies that will be inside. Actually, congratulations, John. Congratulations to Kenyan government, to the Kenyan people for such ambitious endeavor to build this smart city. I cannot speak from Angolan government because I'm not the official. From Angolan government, we have our ministers here. They probably will talk about other projects that are involved. I can only speak about Copia group of companies and the projects that we are involved in. Actually, I will talk about this dam, this hydroelectric, which Kenya is now programming to build 10,000 megawatts. Let me tell you guys, what does it mean, 10,000 megawatts? Depends on the source. If it's hydro, which is our cake, what we know how to do, we are doing 2,172 megawatts, and we will need by the peak of the project, 10,000 people working. 2,000. So, to work there. So if you're talking about, obviously it's not 10,000 in one dam, in one hydro, but if you have 1,000 here, 1,000 half there, people are working. And it's mainly, this is very important for the government authorities, 90% young people working.
Still about young population.
Yes, young. Because we as supervisors, we have a lot of people after 50 years old. Because supervising, you need experience. You need someone that already saw a lot of things. But to build the dam, to build the hydropower, you need young people from a lot of disciplines. You need environmental specialists, you need safety specialists, engineers, structural engineers, electromechanical engineers. It's a city, so you are building a completely new city, like the smart city. So 10,000 megawatts, we will be there for sure. We will connect.
We welcome you to come and open an office in Kenya.
Yes, done. cameras. The invitation is done.
Yes, yes.
I'm coming to join the Kenyan young people like myself, beautiful ones.
And there is a project going on in Kenya. We have had challenge of housing in our urban cities for long. We owe some of the Africa's largest slums. These are informal settlements. But for the last now almost 2 years, we embarked on what we call affordable housing project. We
Really?
have close to 300,000 houses currently under construction.
300,000.
Yes, under construction. And we have been able to raise now close to $6 billion dollars. Not six, it's 6 billion Kenya shillings.
Okay.
Every month, aimed at affordable housing. So this housing is transforming our urban centers across the country. So it's a fund which was established. It's a new fund. So it's one of the things that actually we are brought on of when we are in this summit to say we found something to address the funding of infrastructure development in the
Okay.
continent.
Okay.
Housing levy, which is a tax, but that's enabled the country to address a long-standing problem of housing. And
Yeah.
it's also another opportunity for Copia to come and
course,
explore
of course.
and be part of that opportunity.
Welcome.
I think it's been great to hear the potential, not the potential, the future collaboration, not just between Kenya and Angola, but between Copia group of companies and the other companies within Kenya.
I want to give a challenge here because to the Kenyans. Okay? It's not to John, because John is an official of the government. We cannot challenge the government, but to the Kenyans, to the young men and women in Kenya, I'm coming. Please welcome me. I want to make partnership with Kenya with the local content. This is important. We need to talk about local content here in this podcast. Please welcome me. Let's make deals. Let's make business together. Let's contribute for all these projects that are being developed by the Kenyan government. Please send me on the comments.
Yeah.
Invite me because I only know John now. Okay, and he's from the government, so I know the. Sorry. I know the ambassador. I know them. Okay. No, but the young men, the businessmen, there, because we, the business people, we need to work together.
Yeah.
We need to deliver those projects that the government is planning. 10,000 megawatts of energy. This is cup of cake. This is us.
There
This
you
is
go.
our fate.
Thank you once
Thank you
again.
very much.
And
Thank you.
You want them to say Karimbo. Karimbo, no?
Karibu means welcome.
Yeah, that's
Well-
what. So you want them to say Karimbo to you?
Karimbo, yes. Karimbo,
Karibu.
for me.
That's a-
Please.
All
I'll
right.
go with the ambassador and John.
I-
I'll make a letter so I can have, welcome officially.
Okay.
And then they just need to deliver me to the Kenyans and they will
And they
take
do.
care of me.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
once again, Engineer John.
Thank
really
you, Kamal.
appreciate that. And to my co-host, thank you. To audience, here it is again. We've done it again. We've brought in not just specialists. Well, of course, John is engineer. John is a specialist in the line of ICT,
Yeah.
but also government officials that know what is needed for their governments, what is needed for their countries, and seeing the potential of collaborating. Collaborating. I'm thinking in Swahili. Thinking in Swahili.
Talk in Swahili. We have a Swahili audience also.
The possibility of us working together between governments, between companies, and it's been officially being said here. There is an invitation that has gone out to copy a group of companies, and the invitation is what? Copy a group of companies will be setting up an office in Kenya to also empower Kenyans as well. Local content, that's what Copia is really all about.
Yes.
So listen up, continue to subscribe to us, to Copia Group, and watch this space because 2026,
You know me.
something's
you know
happening.
me. You know. When I say something,
It's gonna
I do it.
Thank
I'm
you once
coming.
again to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.